Greetings from AgriWat MW. Today, let us dive into farm record keeping and farm records documentation using a smartphone or a mobile phone. But before I go ahead, remember to subscribe. That's the greatest support that you can give us so that we keep on producing farm educational videos. Now, this documentation to be done in your phone, you need to have an application, and in my context, I have chosen a Play Store application, and it is called a Cashbook application. So, at the center of AgriWat logo here, as you can see, there's an application written Cashbook. Now, clicking on it, it gives us an interface like this one. So this is how your application will look like. Now, before we go ahead on how we'll be using this application, let me state some of the advantages of keeping farm records in your phone and generally the advantages of farm records. Keeping farm records helps you track income and expenses. So it helps us manage finances. It helps farmers make informed decisions. It helps us ensure profitability. It also helps us in the section of budgeting and planning. So it provides us a basis for creating budgets. It helps us in planning for future seasons. It helps us make strategic decisions on our farm. It helps us identify a need for improvement. It can also help us in reduce farm losses. It helps us in reducing waste of resources on our farm. It can help us analyze market trends. In overall, it helps farmers know if they are winning or losing on their farm. Now let us go to application-specific advantages. The very advantages of using an application in your phone is that at any place in a day, you always carry your phone. So your documentation pad is readily available to you. That's the first advantage. It is low cost or cheap. The money that you can use to buy a pen and a physical cash book is higher than downloading an application from Play Store. So it is cheap and low cost. It is easy to use. So I'll show you, I'll demonstrate how we will be using this application. So it is easy, it is legible. The information is legible, is readable, it is smart, it is fast in actions. The application is fast so that as soon as you type your transactions, mathematics are already done and you have no time to worry about doing calculations. The application will do it automatically. So let us go back into the application. The application is found on Play Store. So I'm clicking on Play Store icon and this is Play Store. So searching on Play Store, I'm searching Cashbook. There are a lot of Cashbook applications, but I just chose this one, which is very easy to use and it's the one that we are going to use. So clicking on it, this is the application that we will use. So I already installed it and my application is right here. So let us go into it. This application, the way you are seeing it here, it is like a library. So by clicking on it, it means you have entered into that library. So inside a library, you find books. So this library, when we enter into it, I have clicked on it. We are now inside the library. We need to create books that will be keeping our information. So looking up there, it is written Cashbook. That Cashbook is already a book inside this library. So we are going to create our own book that we are going to be documenting our specific information on our specific project. For example, our farm project, and we will name it. So let us open it. But before we open it, let us analyze the buttons. Up there we have 3 lines at the left upper corner. We have cash book, we have a file icon with 3 dots inside. We have a search button. We have 3 buttons at the right upper corner. We have all, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. We have all. We have date. We have cash in green color. We have cash out in red color. And at the bottom, we have cash in. We have cash out. And at the very bottom of it, we have total cash in, total cash out, and balance. So let us go up there where it is written cash book and create a book that will be documenting our farm operations. So click on cash book, then you receive this interface. So when you read inside, there is cash book and November to December. Those are the books that have been already created inside our library. So when I click on cash book, that's the previous book that was at the first interface. November to December is another book that I opened. So let us add an account. An account is a book that we'll be using. So click on add account and you'll be given this option. So let us name our book AgriWat. So I'll name mine to be AgriWat MW. It will bear my name. So there's a date down there. You can edit the date, but the date is 2 December 2024. So I have no time to edit it. The date is right today. Now save. So when you save, it means the book that you have opened is on the list of books inside the library. So let us go and click about there where there's cash book and see the books that are inside this library. So our book that we have created is showing up there, AgriWat MW. So we have 3 books. Now let us go to the book AgriWat. So I have clicked on AgriWat and this is the book that we have created. Up there it is titled AgriWat MW. Now let us go and document in this book. When you go down there at the bottom of the interface, there is a cash in button in green color and cash out button in red color. Cash in button, when we smash it, when we click on it, we will be documenting our farm inputs. And on cash out, we will be documenting cash outputs. So anything that we buy, we will be putting in cash in. Anything that we sell from our farm, anything that gives us money, that gives us as a profit, we'll be putting in cash out. For example, in the cash in, we can put our farm inputs. For example, we have paid for farmland rentals. We are going to put in cash in. We have paid for the workers that have tilled our land. We are going to put it in cash in. We have paid for a water pump. We are going to put in cash in. We have paid for suction pipes, delivery pipes. We paid for fuel, trellising ropes, sprayer, chemicals, fertilizer, labor force, hose, shovels, wheelbarrows, manure seeds, and etc. Everything that we are paying in our farm, that we are putting in our farm, we are going to put in the cash in button. And anything that is giving us money from our farm, we are going to put it in the cash out button at the bottom there. So I gave the examples of crop farming, and in the livestock farming, in the cash in, we can put, for example, we have bought chicks, we have bought calves, we have bought piglets, fees, farm land rentals, chemicals, security. We have paid security guards, we have paid for labor force. We are going to put this in cash in. That's our cash input. And on the cash out in livestock farming, for example, we have sold our livestock. For example, we have sold manure. The money that we are getting from our farm, the profit that we are getting from our farm, we are going to put in the cash out button. Now, let us go into cash in, and for example, let us smash on the cash in button right at the bottom there. So I'm having a list of things to put in cash in. So farmland rentals, I paid for farmland rentals, let's say for 500,000. And on the nose, I'm going to explain. So farmland rentals. And then I do save and continue. When I do save and continue, the transaction that I have printed there will appear here. So you can see farmland rentals is appearing here in the cash in sector. Let us go and put in more cash ins. So for example, I've paid for a water pump for, let's say, 1 million. And I explain water pump. So saving and exit. After I save and exit, the transaction will appear here. As you can see, my water pump is appearing here with 1 million as cash in. Smash again on cash in to put more transactions. For example, I have bought a sprayer at 500,000. So in the notes, I'll write sprayer. That's my description. So I'm saving and continue so that I do not have to come back every time I put a single transaction. So let me just put some more transactions. For example, I bought fertilizer at 500,000. So fertilizer. So the cash ins are coming in, and looking at the bottom there, total cash in is already summed up. Now let us go to cash out. You have sold your things, you have lended equipment, you have received money from lenders at your farm, you have been hired to mentor someone somewhere else, and you have received money. That money is an output of your farm. So smash on the cash out button, right down there, the red button, cash out. For example, I have made sales of 1 million today. So I'll write sales. So I'm saving and continue. I have lended equipments for 2 million. So my description, lending equipments. For example, I have been hired and paid 2 million. My description, I have been hired. So save and exit. The transactions in the cash-in are appearing here. As you can see up there in the red writings, the sales 10,000. Oh, it's 10,000. It was around 10,000. Lending equipment 2 million. Hired 2 million. Now, the rule of the game is that in the balance section, go down there. If your farm is winning or losing, you see a minus or a positive sign in the balance section. And that's the total profit of your farm. So in the balance, when you see a minus, that's your total profit. But right there, it means the total cash out that you'll be having, that's the money that is inside the total cash out. But for you to track how much profit you have made after your total cash ins, you go to the balance and see the total profits with a minus sign. If in the balance there is a plus sign, that's your loss. It means you have lost the game. So this is how we can use this application to document and rule out if we are winning or losing at our farm. Now the last thing is that you can print this information by clicking up there at the left side of a search button where there's a file with 3 dots inside, clicking there. So you can print this one into Excel or a PDF. So for example, let us take it into PDF. So I have clicked on PDF. So it is written, it has been saved in, let me remove this, it has been saved in a folder named cash book. So let me go to my internal storage and search for that information, cash book. So cash book is right here at the top there. Clicking inside it, our PDF is appearing up there. So I'm clicking on it and see how our PDF has been made. So it has summarized our information and taken it into a bit so that you can take this one into your printer. You can go on a stationery and print out this soft copy into a hard copy with your well summarized things, records of your farm. We can also put this information in a Excel form. So I've clicked on Excel and let us open it with WPS. So I've chosen WPS just once. So in WPS, it will appear like this. So let us go to mobile view and see how this information will be looking. So your Excel will look like this, and this thing is printable. Let me go back, go to tools, and you can see that there's an option for printing, or you can share this to a computer and print out this information. Secondly, we can use this application in managing our salaries and follow how we are spending on our salary money. For you to achieve that, you have to go to the 3 dots up there so that you change the buttons down there, the cash in and cash out. You can change them to expense. So I'm clicking up there, right upper left corner. So go to switch to expense. So that's an option number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8th option, switch to income expense. So as soon as you click on this, going back to the application, it has written income and expense down there. Now you also have to go up there where it is written Aggregate MW to create a book for documenting your salary things. So you add an account. Thus we are opening a book. So you can write this one simply salary and save. So go back again to where it is written Aggregate and see that book. That book is now showing down there salary. So clicking on salary, we can now have it as our income, and we'll be documenting any expense that you have been spending from that salary. Now click on income and we will receive this interface. So you can write up your salary. For example, you are receiving 700,000. On the nose, you can write it salary. So we have saved it and it is looking like this. It has been put in the income section, salary. Now, every time you go to the market and you spend on anything, even 100 kwacha, you have to document in the expense. So, for example, I have gone to the market and I have just spent 200 on biscuits. So, in the north, I have bought biscuits. So I've spent on biscuits. So I'll write it like there, and it is appearing in the expense sector. And at the bottom there, mathematics are already done, deductions are already done, and it is already giving you the balance that you are having. You have also gone to somewhere, you have paid, let's say 20,000, let's say for transport. You document it here. I'm saving an exit and it is appearing here. So it is making deduction. So from 700,000, you bought two things. You bought biscuits at 200 and you paid for transport, and down there you are having a balance of 679,800. So this application is self-calculating. This will help you track how you have used your salary to expel the myths that maybe my salary has been bewitched, to expel the myths of maybe I'm misusing the monies. You can keep track of how you have used your salary and follow any penny that you have spent. And you can also print this expense in the expense sector in this account, in this book, like we did in the previous book that we were documenting our agricultural things. Once again, remember to subscribe to AgriWat MW for our latest videos to be updated to your YouTube account, and so that you support us so that we still have the energy to produce more educational videos. Thanks for watching.